been at this for, we want to bring it up again, a quarter of a century. Yes. Is there a difference in today's corporate leaders or nonprofit leaders or board members, corporate or nonprofit, than when you first got into the corporate or professional or nonprofit world? Sure. Curious your answer.
Sure. So especially in the professional world, so I'll insert in both the areas. On the professional world, being there for a quarter of a century, I have seen a lot of evolution and very positive evolution. You know, when I first started, and it may be a little bit of my feeling of intimidation by those very loud leaders. I'm going from authoritarian leadership style to more of a servant leadership style.
That's very true, actually.
And you know, some of the things that I saw early on, I even had a manager say this to me. So, and I don't think it's specific to GE, so please don't take it that way. But he said, "We hired you to do, not to think." And I went, "Oh, then I'm not in the right job," because I really want to do. But I think where it was coming from was more of that very hierarchical. The people at the top make the decisions, and the people at the bottom need to do what was told. And I don't, by the way, and I don't think that's like that at all, especially at GE Appliances. It does not matter where you sit on the org chart. It does not matter the title behind your name. If you have an idea, you can express it regardless of how long you've been there or what role you play in the company, and not only have it heard, but have it acted on. And it's that respect of people where you flatten that organizational so that more people can contribute and more people can have that voice. And that idea of servant leadership of, it's not just about what the top needs, it's about what we need as a business. Our financial metrics matter, they absolutely matter, but our identity as a corporate entity, as a people entity, matter almost as much as that financial for that long-term sustainability. And so therefore you have to have that different leadership style to be able to showcase
which model do you feel is more efficient, the hierarchical that we had for good chunk of American history, frankly, or the more flattened
in this day and age, it has to be this flattened servant leadership. People want to work for a purpose. I really believe that. You know, I think it's few and far between that people are only coming to work just for a paycheck. Otherwise, if they were doing that, and you see people, you know, sometimes jumping around, they would jump around forever, or they would stay where they are, right? And they would just kind of live it out. More people than not work because they see a purpose behind the time and effort that they're putting into it. And so we owe it, that servant leadership creates the environment and the opportunity to create that purpose. And we owe it to the next generation to strengthen the purpose of who we are, whether it's corporate, you know, environment, or whether it's our community environment, creating purpose, whether it's a spiritual environment, creating a purpose that people can see that, can I fit into that? Does this match where I need to be and what I need to do? And I think when people don't see the purpose, then that's more of a reason why they leave or they want to change, more so than just that paycheck, you know, that's theirs. The paycheck is, it's like a, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be all, you know, hokey on you that, oh, well, people are just motivated by this, some spiritual thing. You know, yes, I mean, they have to be able to make a living, and they have to have, but I've seen people take lesser pay for more meaningful work. It happens all the time, and it's not something that I think is that we can ignore, because what we're missing if we don't engage that is if you treat people as hierarchical and you tell them what to do, you will get maybe their brain, and you'll get them doing a job for 8 hours a day or whatever it might be. If you engage their spirit, now you're talking on a totally different level. You're talking mind and heart and body about what they're doing. And so not only do you have that engagement and maybe retention of that person, you're getting work on an exponential level from that employee, more so than what you ever would have gotten in this way. So I think it's an evolution. I almost think we had to do this to understand that the servant, what the servant mindset is, and that idea of how you engage people spiritually.